Okay, good morning. Lily Quinn here. This is the finished look we're looking for. We're trying to work on this. This is a mitered corner on the tie. Okay, so this is the main fabric. I labeled this the wrong side, and this is the facing. Wrong side and right side. Wrong side and right side. Okay, just so because they're both plain fabrics, we just want to make sure that we can tell the difference. And I press them, make sure they're very nice and flat. Okay. All right. Now, note I cut these same, the top same, but a little smaller on the sides for the facing. We'll understand why as we progress. Now we're going to work basically on the wrong side to determine how much we're going to take in as a seam allowance. I'm choosing to use 1 inch. I'm just using 1 inch seam allowance. Yeah, that's the 1 inch mark. And I mark this here. No. Okay, let me turn it this way. I want it on the, I have to work on the wrong side. Okay, so. Use the tape measure so you can see. So 1 inch. You can use a smaller, 3/4, 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. I'm just using 1 inch for size sake, so you can see. Okay, so I put in a crease there, and then I bring the other side. Also 1 inch seam allowance. Making sure this thing has to be extremely precise. Okay, alright, so I mark that side on the wrong side. Okay, so these two marks, I'm going to fold. It's supposed to join them, but I just want to create a crease so that I can get this midpoint here. It's very important. That's where I think it's actually here. Anyway, then I can draw a line on the wrong side between the two. Okay, all right. So if you folded it this way, you see your points right there. It's very important. All right. Okay, before we insert the facing, we want to put up to 1/2 inch. I'm going to measure 1/2 inch, and I'll put a pin there. That will be this allowance here, because that part doesn't have the facing. That is sewn by itself. So just want to make sure it is straight. All right. Okay, so that side is sectioned off. It's about 1/2 inch. Then I open it like this to create another triangle. Okay, I open it this way. Now I bring this, you see right side here meets right side on the facing piece, and then I push it all the way to sit on here. Now I'm going to do something. I'm just going to pass a pin through the line that I drew, making sure the pin is going through one side to the other on the line exactly. Okay, doing this so I know exactly where the facing is going to sit, and it will also help me to determine the midpoint of the facing, because I'm going to move the facing to sit on here and match the edge. That's where I'm going to stitch, and it will match the edge as well over here. But my stitching is going to start exactly from where they both meet. I can flip this over here from that point all the way down. So I'm going to get ready, bring in my machine, and I can now take off this pin. Make sure I'm starting from that midpoint of the facing. Okay. When you start from anywhere apart from the midpoint of the facing, that's when you have a fold. It's like you have a fold under this. If that's what you want, then you can go ahead and start anywhere apart from the fold. I mean the point or the midpoint of the. Go backwards, and then I continue from the midpoint to about 3/8 of an inch. So it's kind of slanty or slanted from here to here. Same thing, I'm going to just flip this spot over here so I can stitch. Now, from about 3/8 of an inch, but I need to end in this midpoint of the facing. And once I hit that, I can walk the machine to make sure I'm hitting that midpoint. Okay. That's it. Alright. Okay, the next thing is take this pin out, and then remember I drew a line. So now I come in and I follow the line to close the miter. Follow the line. Exactly. Let me see. Yeah, follow exactly. Okay. Now I put my hand in here. This is what will create my point, my pointy edge over here. So what I will do is I will secure it with a knot. I open the tail of the string of thread, and I tie it. I tie both of them so that they never unravel. Okay, and then I flatten them out like this so I can get my point. Okay, both of them. Flatten them and sit them down, and I get my iron to press. Now you can see that automatically this flattens out as well. Once I fold this, it gives me the seam allowance that this is supposed to follow. So that, and I come here, I put that down as well. Okay. Make sure the point is well secured. Now I grab this and I position, you see where the two fabrics meet? That's where I'm going to sew along. Okay. Same thing here. We meet somewhere here. I'm just going to mark it. But the cool thing is that when you're stitching, bring this all the way, bring the facing fabric all the way to the edge. All the way to the edge of this one. That will make sure you'll see the effect in the feel. Okay. And then here, I also bring it to close to the edge, like that. So it makes this look like it's shorter than the main one, which is okay. Now I go in and I flatten, with the flattened part of this, I put my finger in and turn it inside out. Turn it inside out. If you need the help of a pin to make sure everything comes out, you do that and just bring this out, bring this out as well. Now, this forces the outer one to kind of get pulled in. We go ahead and we press. Okay. And then it gives you a fold here for your seam allowance automatically. But then at the same time, when the time comes for you to fold over, you don't have this the facing material showing. It just is hidden. And you can go ahead and do your hand stitching with this lying completely flat. And you can press it even more. You turn the back and you have what you need. Okay, and you can, there you go. Okay, the finished look. This side is flat, but you have more of this on the edge, so you're not struggling to hide the facing. Thanks.